hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of The Vast of Night. Let's do it. The Vast of Night is a fantasy, mystery, sci-fi from director Andrew Patterson and Amazon Studios. The film stars Sierra McCormick, Jake Horowitz, Gail Cronauer, Bruce Davis, Cheyenne Barton, and Mark Bannock. In the twilight of the 1950s, on one fateful night in New Mexico, young switchboard operator Faye and charismatic radio DJ Everett discover a strange audio frequency that could change their small town and the future forever. I am always down for a little sort of independent sci-fi flick, and I'm always curious to see what a first-time director can pull off. And when I say first-time director, I mean that. This is the only credit Andrew Patterson has on his resume. No shorts, no TV episodes, just this. And boy do I find that impressive, because I really enjoyed this film. Before I get into it, I do think it's worth mentioning that if you're thinking about watching this movie, definitely temper your expectations. This is not a big alien invasion movie. In fact, the word alien is never used once in the film. This is a very, very small sci-fi movie that may or may not have even had a budget. That was a joke, but still. And it's a testament to what can be done with a really good idea and a couple of really good actors. Just don't go in expecting explosions, because you're not gonna get them. This movie is a love letter to retro sci-fi. It's very much like a feature-length episode of The Twilight Zone. It even opens with the camera dollying in on an old-school TV, which is showing the latest episode of Paradox Theater, the latest episode being called The Vast of Night, and it's complete with a Rod Serling-esque voiceover. The camera slides into the TV and then we're in the movie. Even the radio station in this flick is called WOTW, which is an obvious reference to War of the Worlds. And I'll say this, if you like movies with long takes, this is the flick for you. There's a scene with one of our main characters, Faye, who works as a telephone operator, and she's just taking calls, making calls, trying to figure out what's going on. The scene is 9.5 minutes without a single cut. And a lot of the scenes are like that. Maybe not that long, but a lot of them are like that. I imagine they must have rehearsed this thing like a play, and I think this thing would make a really good play, a play that I would go and see. There are also some really cool tracking shots. There's one where the camera sort of pulls out from Faye's switchboard, goes out the door, and just cruises through the entire town all the way to the gym at the high school. It's probably like a solid minute. Looks great. Very cool. There's a scene where a former military guy calls into the radio station to tell the DJ about some clandestine work he did in the desert for the military years ago, where he saw and heard some creepy things. And we never see the caller, we just see the DJ. The camera just focuses on the DJ in this one long shot. But every time the caller mentions some of the more sensitive information, the camera cuts to black and we just hear the conversation. To me, it was like a filmic evocation of a heavily redacted military document. I don't know if that's what the filmmaker was going for, but that's how I took it. I thought it was really cool. I'm not familiar with any of the actors in this film. I thought all the performances were strong. Our two leads, Sierra McCormick and Jake Horowitz, they were both really good. But the standout was Gail Cronauer, who is telling this haunting story from her younger days, most of which is shown in, again, one long take, and she's fantastic. I also really like the way this thing ended. It's not quite ambiguous. It gives you enough to know what probably transpired, but it's very reserved and contained, much like the rest of the film. That said, I imagine that 90% of this movie's approximately $97 budget went to the last couple of minutes, and they look really good. The only issues I had with this movie were, for one, I wasn't a big fan of the score. I didn't like it. I didn't think it fit all that well. And frankly, to be honest, I think this movie would have been better just without a score. And I didn't love the way the movie looked. Like, I loved the way it was shot, but not the way it looked. The colors were really washed out, and it seemed like they had this grainy, almost hazy filter over everything. And I think they were probably going for the look of 50s television, and I get that. But it did make certain scenes really difficult to see what was going on, and I guess it was a stylistic choice, just didn't work for me. I really enjoyed The Vast of Night. It's simple, it's haunting, it's occasionally pretty funny, and I'm really impressed by how much I dug it given its meager budget and first-time director. I highly recommend this movie if you think it's your kind of thing. I do imagine a lot of people are gonna hate this film. Again, just know what you're getting into. Think more Twilight Zone, much less Independence Day. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna give The Vast of Night. And I think I'm gonna give The Vast of Night a...
What are you doing?
This means something. This is important.
Out of 10. So now, I wanna know, have you seen The Vast of Night? What did you think about it? What is your favorite sort of independent sci-fi flick of all time? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.